What's going on there, guys? Okay, this is
Full
the
blast.
Ego
Turbo.
56-volt backpack blower. My man Juan is using it to move some leaves. These are semi-wet leaves, wet on the bottom, a little bit drier on top. He's using the turbo button, so he's using it at its full capabilities at 600 CFM at 142 miles per hour. As you can see, the unit is really doing a good job. I was really surprised at the power of this unit on its full power setting using the turbo button. You're going to get around 15 to 17 minutes with the 5 amp hour battery that comes with this unit. They also have a 7.5 amp hour unit. That's up to you, but I'm going to give you the specs with the 5 amp hour battery. Also, it has a variable speed mechanism. The trigger is not variable speed. You kind of have to control it by a certain mechanism. I will show you that. It's pretty much the same as their handheld blower that I reviewed. Same setup. But on its highest mode, without using the turbo button, you're going to get 500 CFM at 100 miles per hour, and you're going to get around 22 to 25 minutes. Now, on its lowest setting, Ego states you're going to get over 2 hours of runtime with this 5 amp hour battery. That goes at 260 CFM at 50 miles per hour. I was really surprised with this unit, guys. We're going to go over it when we take a little bit closer look at it, up close and personal. But, you know, for $299, you're really not going to get a better buy out there with a lithium-ion blower. This blower absolutely destroys the DeWalt, not only in comfort, but in power. As you can see, you can never do this with the DeWalt. It's just, it doesn't have enough power. But let's take a closer look. Okay, so here she is in the flesh. This is the Ego 56-volt backpack blower. Can't say enough great things about this, guys. I was absolutely blown away by this blower. Not like I said, not only in its performance with the 600 CFM, but it's so comfortable. It's so light. It's 12.5 pounds without the battery. You know, a lot of these backpack blowers that I'm using are well over 20 pounds, 22 pounds, 23 pounds. Then you add the fuel to it. So, I mean, these are like, this is easily a 10-pound difference in some of these backpack blowers that we use. So, you know, if you're a little bit older, if you're a DIY guy, weekend warrior, you're kind of older, or you got a bad back, this is something that is really light, but really produces a lot of power also. I say it all the time, and lithium ion is coming on strong. And I don't know how far they are away, but this is a great product and a great first. DeWalt has their backpack blower out. A very comfortable blower, don't get me wrong, very quiet, but there's absolutely no use for that blower. It doesn't have enough power. The runtime is not there. It's just as heavy as these other backpack blowers, if not heavier. 25 pounds with the battery. I mean, this just blows it away in every aspect. And price, this is $299 with this battery, the 5 amp hour battery. When I did my video last year on the DeWalt backpack blower, it was like $800 for that DeWalt backpack blower with 2 batteries. I'm not sure what the price is now, but if you're looking to get into the lithium ion platform with a handheld blower or a backpack blower, there's a lot of good handhelds out there, but if you want a backpack blower lithium ion wise, there's between this and the DeWalt, it's not even close, guys. But let's go over it a little bit. You got this nice hard plastic handle. All the plastic on this unit is really real tough, well-made plastic. I mean, this plastic that goes pretty much from the side here down, goes all the way up to the handle. It's just a real tough grade plastic. This is where you keep your battery, obviously. This is the power of the machine. Got this little green button, so easy. Pops in, pops out. That's a little bit dirty in there. We got to clean that out. We used it really hard on Monday. You got a little debris in there, leaves. But the one thing I do wish with Ego is if they would have some kind of power gauge on their battery. You know, it's really red is dead, and then they got a green means go. You know, you need something in between, maybe like 3 or 4 bars, just to kind of tell you where you're at. Something Ego needs to work on, and I'm sure they're working on it. But and you know what, this battery is not, this is a 5 amp hour battery. It's a 56 volt. You know, comparing this to the DeWalt 40 volt, I mean, it's not that much bigger. Then it's definitely not as, I mean, it's probably the same weight. You know, if you know Ego, they have this special way that they align these cells inside these batteries. It's an arc. It helps, you know, keep the batteries cool that's inside here. I went over that in a handheld video, if anyone's really interested in that. But this to slide it on, you just slide it on. Boom. Hear it click, and you're ready to go. Right here is the motor. It's located right in here. You know, it's got a good protection. You got a little venting system for the air to blow out. This is an adjustable handle. You can adjust this any way you want. 56 volt. Right on this side, you just unscrew this. If you want it up here, if you're shorter, you have short arms, you bring it up. You got longer arms, you can bring it all the way down. This is where we kind of like it. Rotates. Anyway, you know, you gotta kind of get in somewhere tight, you know, behind some bushes. You gotta, you know, you can do everything with this. Again, real nice plastic, really well made. This also adjusts. You have 2 different locking positions. If you want it a little bit shorter, you just adjust it. If you want it longer, you would keep it, you know, like this. Real simple. 1, 2. Just pull out, lock, pull out, lock. So you might get into some certain situations where you need your tube to be a little bit shorter. You can do that. So everything's adjustable from the tube to your trigger. You know, it has a safety on it. You have to, you know, when you hold it, this is your safety right here. So as soon as you pull this, you're ready to go. I mean, that's how loud it is. That's it. Let's hear it. I'm surprised it has battery. It was dead, but so really cool. Again, let me show you the side. Now this is the turbo button right here. So this is going to give you that 600 CFM, 142 to 145 mile per hour speed. I say both because on the box it says 145 miles per hour, but on the literature I received it said 142. Not really a big deal, but now this is how you're going to control what speed you want. So on high, all the way up, you're going to have 500 CFM at 100 miles per hour. Very powerful. This is what you're going to get 22 to 25 minutes with a 5 amp hour battery. Okay? Now, obviously, if you adjust this to here, now this is 260 CFM right here. 260. And it blows at 50 miles per hour. That's going to give you over 2 hours from Ego of running time with this 5 amp hour battery. So, you know, you play it as you want. You know, this is all the way up. If you want it kind of, you know, around 400, you know, 350, you know, you kind of have to play with it. It's gonna really depend on what your run time is gonna be. But all the way up, 500 CFM, 100 miles per hour, 22 to 25 minutes. And like I said, or if I didn't say, this unit also comes with a 7.5 amp hour battery. So that's why all these times are very, you know, approximate with these batteries, because they have a 2.5, they have a 5, they have a 7.5. So, you know, obviously with 7.5, you're probably going to get close to 30 minutes at 500 CFM, 100 miles per hour, or on its highest level. When you hit the turbo button, that is going to give you, I mean, full range, 600 CFM, and you can press this anytime you want. So you might have it, you know, say at 400 CFM or 375. You know, I don't know how they range this. They didn't really send any literature on that, but, you know, you could be blowing 375, 2 or 3 minutes, and you get into something that's really a pain in the neck, and you really need some extra power. Boom, You hit the turbo, you let go. You had your 600 CFM, you let go. Now you're right back to where you were, 375 or 400 or whatever. So it's really cool. And the trigger, it's not a variable speed trigger. So once you pull this trigger back, whatever it's set on here, that's what you're gonna get. So, you know, pretty cool system. It's, you know, I'm just shocked at the amount of CFM that a lithium ion blower can now produce. I mean, this technology is only going to get better. You know, the runtime. And again, guys, I'm probably going to get a lot of questions. Oh, 22 minutes, 25 minutes. Well, let me just say something. On turbo with the 5 amp hour battery, you're going to look at between 15 and 17 minutes. Okay, so I mean, yes, it's not a lot of time. That's what I'm going to kind of get into now. If you're running anything like this commercially, or you know, you have a real big yard, you know, you're gonna have to have a couple batteries. You know, you can't expect one battery to, you know, it's like having one little can of gas that is, you know, 1/8 filled. You know, you need gas to run power equipment, and if you're going to use lithium ion, you need batteries to power this. So you kind of got to think of these batteries as little gas cans to a degree. They're filled up, they run out. You know, instead of carrying gas, you're carrying batteries. So something to think about. But what's great about Ego is, you know, it's a whole platform. So a lot of guys who are going to be buying this, you know, they have the lawnmower with the 7.5 amp hour battery. They have the hedge trimmers with the 2.5 amp hour battery. So, you know, right there, now you got 3 batteries. You got the 5, you got the 7.5, you got the 2.5. I mean, you could run this on turbo for well over 35, 40 minutes. And at the 500 CFM level on high here, I mean, you should be getting close to an hour. But it's really an investment. You know, this is a very well-priced blower too. Like I said, $299. It's a great price. But you know, if you really plan on using it for, you know, like a big yard for moving leaves, which this unit really can move leaves. You know, it's not a Red Max 8500 or anything like that, you know, but you know, it's a mid-grade backpack blower. You know, the Husqvarna 150 BT, 120 CFM. Obviously their miles per hour is a bit more. You know, this is 145. A lot of backpack blowers blow it, you know, 175, 185. So I'm not comparing it to any type of gas-powered backpack blower, but it can definitely move leaves, it can move grass, it can move whatever you really want. You know, it's going to have advantages to gas-powered equipment, and it's going to have disadvantages. But back to the blower, real comfortable. These straps are really well made. There's a lot of nice padding in here. You know, very comfortable. You have 2 different sets of padding. Obviously, you got your shoulder straps here, and then you have this little waist strap. I liked it a lot. So did Alan. Juan didn't like it around his, you know, waist. He didn't say it was uncomfortable. He just thought it was a little odd. I actually liked it. I mean, it really gave you a real tight fit. I mean, you don't even know anything's on your back with this. I mean, it's that light. Yeah, I mean, final thoughts on it is it's a great product. Everything, you know, the 2 items that I got from Ego, I've been really happy with. I've been really blown away with it. You know, just from the quality of the build and the production of both tools. You know, the runtime's going to get better and better, guys. You kind of got to, you know, you're going to have to wait it out if you're expecting a miracle lithium ion product. It's going to give you an hour runtime and you're going to have 800 CFM. It's just the technology's not there yet, and who knows if it'll ever be there. But as for now, you know, a $299 comfortable, lightweight backpack blower that is, you know, 12.5 pounds, going to give you 600 CFM. You know, I think it's a great product, and it's a real great investment, especially, you know, if you're planning on going lithium ion. You know, you're going to get a 5 amp hour battery with this kit. You know, like I said, you get the hedge trimmers, you get the lawnmower maybe one day down the road, or the you know, weed whacker. You know, you can build up this battery platform a little bit, and I mean, it can really be a productive platform for your DIY guys. And you know, in some certain commercial settings, you know, down in Florida, down in Georgia, where you got these small properties and, you know, you're not really blowing leaves at all. It's just really grass clippings and stuff. And that's what this is for too, guys. This really isn't made for, you know, moving leaves. It's made for just grass clippings, you know, light debris and stuff like that. You can use it for leaves. And, you know, a lot of people, hey, I want a backpack blower that can move leaves. This can do it. And it does it at a very quiet level, a very comfortable level. But, you know, if you have a lot of leaves, you know, you got 4 big maples in your yard and you wait to the end of the year and you want to move leaves, this is not going to do it. There's a lot of backpack blowers that won't do it, but, you know, it's a great first entry into this whole backpack platform. I think they did a great job, but any comments or questions, let me know, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Ego.